the one place of peace. Right? Yes. Okay, so I wanted to begin with a pretty powerful definition of peace from the Science of Mind textbook on page, 617. Now, I refer back to the Science of Mind textbook because
Recording
we
in
are
progress.
a center for spiritual living, and not only do we follow the teachings of Ernest Holmes, this is our main thing. This is the main thing, right? Okay? So Ernest Holmes defines peace on page 617 as a state of inner calm. An inner calm so complete that nothing can disturb it. The peace which comes only from the knowledge that it is all. Fathomless peace is meant by the peace of the Spirit. This is the peace to which Jesus referred when he said, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you." The infinite is always at peace because there is nothing to disturb it. A realization of our oneness with omnipresence brings peace, the peace which is accompanied by a consciousness of power. And so it is. Right? Yeah, good stuff. So now I took that long definition of peace and turned it into a haiku for your ease. I've got two of them, actually. The first one is, inner calm complete. Oneness with the all brings peace. Spirit undisturbed. And the second one, fathomless calm reigns. One with infinite presence. Power flows in peace. And so it is again. My friends, Ernest teaches us to not fool ourselves about any demonstration. He's saying that you can't demonstrate peace while clinging to unhappiness. You would be demonstrating resignation and calling it peace. He says that one cannot spend their time in contemplation of limitation and demonstrate freedom from said limitation. It just doesn't work. Peace is brought about through a conscious unity of the personal human with the inner principle of their life, the underlying current flowing from a divine center, pressing ever outward into expression. And so we shall never know peace unless we embody it. We shall never know truth until we become truth, and we cannot know God until we sense it from within our own being. So we've got some work to do, yes? We've got some work to do. Now I'm going to share a story. We have a great book of the month this month. It's called The Path to Inner Peace by Sumitra Shakya. And I really love the cover of this book. It's peaceful, right? Already I feel a sense of peace just by looking at that. Okay, let's see. I just opened up to this particular story and it was powerful. And this is page 147. And number 40, the Zen Garden, the harmony of order and chaos. Masaru was a monk with a burning passion, always in pursuit of perfection. In the quiet monastery where he lived, he was designated as the keeper of the sacred Zen garden, a task he accepted with reverence and solemnity. Every morning as the first breath of light crossed the sky, Masaru was already up, bent in contemplation over the stones and sand of the garden. With a fine-toothed rake, he meticulously drew wavy lines in the ground, forming intricate patterns representing the ebb and flow of the universe. However, nature had a mind of its own. Each day the wind played with the sand, transforming the orderly lines into a kaleidoscope of unexpected shapes. Birds, in a whim of freedom, took twigs and dropped them on the ground, and dried leaves from surrendering trees fell like autumn snowflakes, disrupting the harmony that Masaru had created with such devotion. One morning, frustration reached its peak. "Why," Masaru sighed, "can't I maintain perfect order? Am I insufficient as the guardian of this sacred space?" Master Anzu, with eyes deep as wells of wisdom, had noticed the turmoil of his disciple. He approached Masaru and placed a hand on his shoulder. "What troubles your spirit, my young friend?" Masaru looked at the master and said with a voice laden with confusion, "No matter how hard I try, master, the garden escapes my control. It seems to have a will of its own, rebelling against my pursuit of order." Anzu smiled, his face as relaxed as a calm lake. "Have you ever thought," he gently said, "that true harmony might reside precisely in the balance between the order you try to establish and the chaos nature spontaneously offers you?" Those words penetrated Masaru's soul like a drop of water in a still lake, creating growing ripples of understanding. He sat in the middle of the garden, setting aside his rake, and meditated. For the first time, he opened himself to the possibility that order and chaos might not be opposing forces, but complementary. And, as if he had just opened a window, he felt a gentle breeze caress his face like a sign of approval from the cosmos. From that moment, his approach to gardening changed. He no longer sought to dominate nature, but to dance with it. He began to see the fallen leaves as treasures offered by the seasons, and the play of the wind on the sand as the touch of an invisible artist, adding an element of surprise and beauty to his work. The inner peace Masaru so desperately sought no longer came from the need to exert absolute control, but from accepting and harmonizing the divergent energies that form the tapestry of life. His garden transformed into a microcosm of this eternal wisdom, a sanctuary inviting every visitor to discover balance in the eternal dance between order and chaos, between action and acceptance. And so, like the petals of a flower opening to embrace the sunlight, Masaru and his garden became one entity, a living symbol of the harmony that can arise when we embrace all parts of ourselves and the world around us. And so it is. Yeah. Beautiful story. Anybody have one of those little mini Zen gardens? Yeah, those are great. And then you can really get into this need for perfection, and somebody comes along, or maybe a fly lands in it, and then you look at it and you're like, right? Pay attention to that. That's that inner clenching, which is resistance to what is. And that can shake us and keep us from experiencing that inner peace. And so what if the key to a harmonious life lies in your ability to dance with chaos rather than trying to stifle it? Right? Masaru's story offers us an important lesson on the concept of balance. It's not just about creating an atmosphere of perfection and order. It's equally vital to recognize and accept the inherent chaos that life presents us. Anybody experience any chaos this week? Anywhere in your life? This morning? Right? Dance with it. Have you ever considered that perhaps obstacles, uncertainties, and even our own imperfections are our greatest teachers? Yeah. Yes. And you are not inadequate if you can't keep everything perfectly under control. You, my friend, are a spiritual being having a human experience. Isn't this fun? So as we walk through the garden of our existence, we can learn from Masaru and his Zen garden. We can find our inner peace not in rigid control, but in balance. A balance that welcomes and unifies order and chaos in a harmonious embrace. Whenever I think of that word chaos, it takes me right back to India. And on the streets of Rishikesh, which are dirt roads, right? And the roundabout, I remember it was challenging to get into the roundabout. You needed to be real careful because there were cows and water buffalo and humans and dogs and rickshaws and those little tuk-tuks, thank you, and those little bikes pulling, I don't even know what those are called, I can't remember, with a little bench that people are sitting on. I was sitting on one of those, just watching, and we're going around and around, like one of these days we're going to get out of here at some point, and it's just like total madness, lots of loudness and chaos. But you have to embrace it. You're forced to embrace it. You can't resist it. And then you get out of the roundabout and it's like, yeah, we did it. Unscathed. Let's eat. And such is life, right? And so how do we stay in that dance? Well, the answer, as Masaru discovers, is as simple as it is profound. Not to resist, but to dance. To dance, right? Now, I love what Gandhi said. Gandhi said that peace is not the absence of conflict, but the ability to cope with it. And then someone else wise once said that peace is not the absence of conflict, but the ability to handle it by peaceful means. What they're both saying is that conflict is going to arise, right? And what we're called to do, who we're called to be in those moments, are peace. We bring that peace that is within us into every situation. And that leads me to, for some reason, these landmark 7 practices for extraordinary living are coming up again. One of them this week is be peaceful. Be peaceful, which means give up the experience that there is something wrong here, even when there is. Yeah. The last part is key, right? Because sometimes things are very wrong. Wrong, right? Yeah. Give up the experience that there's something wrong here, even when there is. Have you ever turned to your partner, friend, or other loved one and said, "What's wrong?" Yeah. Huh? Or do you ever go, "What's wrong with them?" Right? Nothing's wrong. Or think, what's wrong with them? What's wrong with you? Or what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Right? Yeah, that's very telling, And so when I learned this landmark practice, I actually stopped asking the question because I gave up the experience that there's something wrong here, even when there was clearly something wrong. So when we're giving up the experience that there's something wrong here, you're not being asked to pretend that nothing bad is happening. You're not being asked to do that. You're not being asked to become passive or apathetic. You're not being asked to stop feeling legitimate anger, sadness, or fear. And you're not being asked to approve of or like what is occurring. And you're not being asked to give up all effort to change things, but you are being asked to drop or at least dramatically reduce that extra layer of mental, emotional protest that says, this moment is unacceptable as it is, or reality has failed, or I cannot be okay while this is happening. You get that? You get what that does internally? Yeah. When that overlay dissolves, my friends, even for a few seconds, while terrible things may still be true, things may be occurring, what happens for us is the nervous system actually drops out of fight, flight, or freeze into a strange and paradoxical calm. You can Google that. What does that mean, right? The heart may still hurt. The body may still tremble. Tears may still fall, but the background war within you has stopped. That's what I'm talking about. That is the peace that I'm pointing to here. The war within us has stopped. We've called a ceasefire within our own souls, which is so needed. It's so needed. Fight, flight, or freeze has been deactivated. And you get to feel some peace. I know so often we feel like if something happens, we need to jump in the trench with people, right? Yeah, why did that happen? But what we're really called to do and be is to reach our arm in and pull them out. Yes? And that is a way that we can do it. Friends, many of the spiritual teachers that you all know and love emphasize the same thing, but they say it in different words. And here's how. Eckhart Tolle says, it's non-resistance to what is. Byron Katie calls it loving what is. Tara Brach in Radical Acceptance says yes to the raw experience without the second arrow of this shouldn't be happening to me. 12-step literature says acceptance is the answer to all my problems today. And non-dual teachers say that everything appears in awareness exactly as it is. The problem only arises when a me arises that says this should not be happening. Isn't that intense? Yeah. So how do you do this? How do you give up the experience that there's something wrong here, even when there is? I don't know. Oh, maybe it's my jacket, Brian. Well, number one, you say to yourself, there's nothing wrong here. That's where you start. This is what's happening in my experience now. And feel that shift immediately. Something changes within you. You drop the inner protest. Because the inner protest is only happening within you. It's not helping anything. It's your own inner protest, and it's that kind of thing that makes us sick. We get diseased, we get tired, we get stressed, we get hungry, we reach for a drink or whatever, right? The addiction, we drop that inner protest, that clenching of there's something wrong. It unclenches. There's nothing wrong here. Like I actually have a visceral feeling of it. If I say there's something wrong, I can feel it tighten in my stomach. And then when I say there's nothing wrong, I feel it like soften. I literally feel it, right? The body softens as I remember peace is here right now within me. And then from that space, I can take the next right action for what is true for me in the moment. Are you with me? Yeah. All right, so a couple of bumper sticker statements that bring peace and calm, sometimes when needed are, number one, everything is in divine right order. Now, there's a time and a place to say that, right? You know what I mean? Okay, thank you. Not in Borneo when I need my husband to get the bugs away from me. That's not the time to say everything is in divine right order, honey. No. No. That's the wrong time. You got it? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I just need a little moral support here from my husband. Get the bugs away. Dismiss thy bugs. Every soul is where they are supposed to be. Everything is unfolding as it's supposed to be unfolding. Again, a time and a place, right? There's a time and a place. I am exactly where I need to be, doing what I'm meant to be doing, and God wouldn't change one thing about me. Oh, and I'm doing the best I can. Remember that one? Yep. Those are just a few. I'm sure you have some that you use. We would love to hear what those are. Now, the last thing I want to talk about today is we actually have an Essential Ernest Holmes class going on right now, and we're in week 7, 6 something. We're deep into it, okay? We're really into it. And so this last week, there was a line in the student workbook that said, "Let your conversations be in heaven." And we talked about that, and that has resonated with me deeply. So Ernest Holmes, who is the founder of religious science, emphasized that letting your conversations be in heaven means maintaining a mental state of peace, joy, and divine consciousness, rather than focusing on limitations or negative conditions. Heaven is not a place, but an inward state of consciousness. It's an inward awareness of divine harmony and truth. So heaven is not a physical location, right, to be reached after death, but an internal state of peace, harmony, and consciousness to be experienced now. Let your conversations be in heaven. This represents a shift from seeking external rewards to cultivating an inner awareness of divine truth. When I read that, let my conversations be in heaven, I think about, I want to be real conscious of the word I'm speaking, which I do anyway, but that's something very deep. Let your conversations be in heaven. It invites us to align our spoken word and the inner monologue that we have and everyday exchanges we have with people, to align that with the highest consciousness that we already are, that we already have, because it's that consciousness that had you wake up this morning and need to come in and be with your people, right? To be here today. That is high consciousness. It's the realm of that divine good, the love, harmony, truth, and spiritual reality. Remember, friends, heaven is not a place. It's an inward state of consciousness. It's an inward awareness of harmony and truth. Let our conversations be in heaven. Yep. Now, we experience the state of heaven to the degree that we recognize our unity with the divine presence within ourselves. So that means rather than dwelling on problems, limitations, gossip, fear, negativity, we consciously use and choose and use language and thoughts that affirm our wholeness, possibility, gratitude, and the presence of divine perfection right here, right now. You with me? Awesome. So in practice, it means speaking from faith rather than doubt. And it's a practice, it's a practice. It's blessing rather than complaining. It's affirming the good in ourselves. It's letting our words reflect the kingdom within rather than the outer appearances of what we don't want. This keeps the vibration of our communication elevated. We're at this high frequency. If we can speak from the place of heaven, if we let our conversations be in heaven, we are vibrating at that frequency of what we want to attract into our lives, which is more of that love, more possibility, more wholeness, more divine perfection, more peace, more prosperity, abundance, bliss, you name it. I mean, throw out some words. What do you want? What do you want? Thank you. More of that. Yes, and. it brings that harmony and heavenly state of consciousness into our lives. And so to wrap it up for today, my friends, peace is a state of inner calm, so complete that nothing can disturb it. It's the peace that comes only from the knowledge that it is all. Fathomless peace is meant by the peace of the Spirit. A realization of our oneness with omnipresence brings peace. In haiku form, inner calm complete, oneness with all brings peace, spirit undisturbed. Second haiku, fathomless calm reigns, one with infinite presence. Power flows in peace. Now your call to action for this week is number 1. You know what it is. Be peaceful. Give up the experience that there's something wrong here, even when there is. That last part is very important. Number 2, let your conversations be in heaven. Yeah. Number 3, contemplate the story of the Zen garden, the harmony of order and chaos, and practice dancing with the chaos rather than trying to stifle it. Sound good? Yeah. All right, thank you. And we'll invite the musicians to come on up and prepare for our closing song. And as they make their way up here, I invite you to do what I call the religious science shuffle. Woo! Yeah, shake it out, stretch your arms, scratch your head, scratch your nose. Yeah, do the hokey pokey. And then I invite you to go ahead and close your eyes. Or rest your gaze a few feet in front of you if that feels more comfortable for you. And just relax even deeper into the chair that you're seated upon. And notice how the chair is supporting you, holding you up. You didn't have to pray for that. It just is doing it. It's supporting you. I like to think of spirit in the same way. It has my back. It's supporting me in everything. And so as I relax into that understanding and awareness that I am divinely supported in all of my doing and being and living, I'm comforted. As I connect to that peace within, I know that it is the place of the divine within me, and that there's only one thing happening here and now, and it is spirit. Just one thing. And it's expressing itself in many different ways. And I'm so grateful to remember that I am the unique and unrepeatable way that spirit is expressing right now. And so are each one of us. Unique and unrepeatable, individualized expressions of the one. And the beautiful thing is that we're not just drops of water from the ocean. We are the entire ocean in the drops. And I remember that. And I know that each one of us remembers that as we go forward from here. And there is an experience of giving up the experience that there's something wrong here, even when there is. And in its place is a freedom and a peace that we couldn't have even imagined. Because we didn't even know maybe that we were doing that. Acting like something is wrong here and creating that sense of clenching or bracing ourselves. No more of that. No more of that. And in its place, there is a softening in the body, an unclenching, and a deep breathing. That deep and restful breath returns, and it's peace. I get to be peaceful as I go forward from here. And this is true for each one of us. Each one of us has the experience of peace beyond what we knew before. And as I continue to expand on this consciousness of peace, I know that I'm affecting individuals around me. I know that I'm affecting every single cell in my body. I know that I'm affecting all of the individuals around me in my home and the people that they come in contact with and they come in contact with. I am a center of peace. And I am so grateful to know that this is so. And I bring this peace into everything. I bring it to every thought, to every word, to every action, to every interaction. I experience peace, 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 peace. All day, all week, all month. It is so good. And I am so grateful. I'm so grateful to remember this. And I am so, so thankful to remember that it is an inner calm, complete. And I am one with all, spirit undisturbed. And my conversations are in heaven this week. And they are so good. And I dance with the chaos. Peace, 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 peace. I am peace. And so with great gratitude, I release my word into the loving and creative action of the law, where I know it is so, and so it is. So it is. Thank you. Okay.
This is a season of peace. And this is a song I wrote some time back about visualizing peace. And sometimes it's easy to visualize peace when everything's going peacefully. But sometimes there's wars breaking out, and we still need to visualize peace. Everybody's looking for an reason. Everybody's looking for a cure. Everybody's looking for protection. Everybody wants to be secure. We got a war on terror, a war on I know it's happening. I know it's happening.
Peace is all we need to see. Peace is all we need to see. Peace is all we need to be. Peace is all we need to see. Visualize peace in a world spinning round and round. Peace in the middle of this small town. Peace in a world turned upside down. Visualize peace. Visualize peace in a runaway freight train. Peace in a hijacked airplane. Peace in the mind of all humankind. Visualize peace.
I know it's happening.
Visualize.
I know it's happening.
Visualize.
I know it's happening.
Visualize.
I know it's happening.
Beautiful. Wow. Peace. So perfect. All right. Thank you so much. It's now time for our conscious giving, and I would like to invite our ushers for today to please come forward. All right, all right. Cool, cool. Hello. Today we have Kat and Jen. Let's give them some love. Can you scoot over a little bit? There we go. Yeah, right there. All right, my friends, if this service has inspired you in any way, please consider making a donation. Your donation, your donation, your donation, that word, say that word a bunch of times fast. Your donation helps keep our center in operation. And so thank you. I'm so grateful for your consideration. Now, if you're tuning in on the live stream, you can make your donation by going to paypal.me/awakeningways. If you're in the room and you forgot your checkbook or your cash, you can make your donation by scanning the QR code on the back of your program. You don't need to have a PayPal account to do that. All right, everyone, let's take our gifts and place them over our heart, or you can place your hand over your heart. And I invite you to please repeat after me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. For all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need.
Beautiful. So if you would join me once more and turn within. I know and declare that the energy of love and peace and prosperity is right here in these baskets. And I know it's in the mail and it's online and every other place. I give thanks for the love and the gifts that are supporting this spiritual community, because I know that what we are doing here makes a huge difference. It ripples out across our community and across our world. And so for that, I give thanks. And I release this prayer into that divine law, knowing it is so, and so it is.
All right, now we have Sonia, and our children for today are going to come on up. You want to give them the cue?
Good morning. So I am Sonia, and this is
Lonnie, Archie.
So today we talked about breathing and how most adults don't know how to do that. So we learned how to fully belly breathe, and we use little boats to make them go up and then go down. And then we also, this one doesn't have it, but we have a little anchor that comes out, because sometimes life will go like this. So when we connect to our breath, we get our full anchor and all of that life flowing through. So then we moved a lot, because then you have to breathe. We moved our bodies. And we used our creative minds to make games. So our affirmations for today, we actually have 2 of them. Who wants to go first?
We can do anything we can put our minds to. I love my
Yes. I love my heart, because we connect to our heart and to our breath. So thank you very much. Good job, you guys. Good
Oh,
job.
thank you so much. Yay! Awesome. All right. Wonder Twin powers activate. All right. It's now time for our announcements. And our announcements angel for today is Kat, the wonderful Kat. Says, I am Kat. I love that.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Tomorrow, Monday, March 2nd at 10 a.m., join Reverend Elizabeth and Julie Sena at the Awakening Ways office for sorting and organizing in order to prep for our big move. Then tomorrow evening, Monday, March 2nd, at the center from 6 to 8:30 p.m., the Men's Connection Circle meets for a safe and gathering. I would like to invite Reverend Elizabeth to come up and talk about the next foundational class, Spiritual Principles and Practices, that starts on Thursday, March 5th.
Thank you. All right, my friends, we have a Spiritual Principles and Practices class starting, as Kat said, on this Thursday. It's snuck up on us, right? I know. And so far we have 2 registered, Nina and Sheila. Yay! So I know you want to come and hang out with them. We need 8 more people to have this class be a go. Jimmy's going to be there, and Sally's maybe going to be there. She hasn't confirmed yet, but we would love to have you. This is like one of the shortest foundational classes, which is cool. And you know, I know that a lot of us maybe took foundations, the 10-week, or at some point it was 13 weeks and then 11 weeks. But if we've taken it more than 5 years ago, it's time to get reconnected and especially to find out more about Center for Spiritual Living and our affiliation there. So this is a transformative 5-week course that takes you on a profound journey of self-discovery, spiritual awakening, and intentional manifestation So, drawing directly from Ernest's classic, This Thing Called You, if you haven't read this book, it's amazing. It is just so good. Here's a little excerpt. The mind of God is manifesting in my life. The spirit within me is projecting itself into my experience. Divine intelligence is acting in my affairs. Everything that I do, say, or think is governed by this intelligence. The power which creates and sustains everything is now creating everything necessary to my happiness. I know, right? It's just so good. This is one of my favorite books by Ernest. Now, he's really teaching us that we're all individual expressions of the divine, and we have unlimited potential to create health, love, abundance, and fulfillment. So this is a beautiful, supportive, experiential class that's happening during the day. I know. And so it's from 11 to 2, and it's only 5 weeks, and it's only $165. There are also payment plans available and scholarships if money is a temporary block for you. And we really would love to have you attend. So if you're looking for connection, if you're thinking you want to be more peaceful but you aren't sure how to do it, come join us. It's going to be great. And Susan is going to be, Reverend Susan will be my TA. And so even if you've already taken a foundational class, you're welcome to attend this one. Thank you. Thanks. Mm-hmm. Sorry. I realized we haven't done the bingo drawing yet, and I keep forgetting to put it in the announcements. So we're going to do that today. Yeah. Who's feeling lucky? Who is going to manifest this $100 bill? Ooh. Drum roll. Can we get a drum roll? Kat, would you like to draw? It's this one. Who is it? Who is it? Joni Gold. Woo! Is she next for the announcements too?
Oh my gosh.
Woohoo! Winner, winner. Vegan dinner.
So our annual membership meeting will be held Sunday, March 8th. This is your opportunity as a member of the community to understand the business of our center, including our 2025 accomplishments, financials, and adjustments for the year ahead of us. We are in the season for peace and nonviolence, which is a 64-day celebration. Please join us in celebrating by attending these following events, and there will be some pictures up here. Saturday and Sunday, March 21st and 22nd, from 1 to 3 p.m., Joe Schwartz photography exhibit. Known for his compassionate and deeply human approach, Schwartz spent decades capturing everyday people and quiet moments that reveal resilience, connection, and light within diverse communities. Oh, and that's Paula's dad. And Friday, March 27th at 6 p.m. is our movie night where we will screen Hidden Figures. And so I would like to now invite Joyful Joni, our winner, up to tell you about new connection circle called Beyond the Book, Belief, Being, and Bliss.
Hi. I've been affirming I'm a mighty money magnet, so there you go. Affirmations work. So it is. So hello, lovely lights. I am so glad to be back in person. I have been jonesing for your joyous juju. I am thrilled to share Beyond the Book, Belief, Being, and Bliss. It's a new weekly spiritual book study. We're going to kick off with this book, The Trust Frequency, 10 Assumptions for a New Paradigm. It's by Andrew Cameron Bailey and Connie Baxter Marlowe. Our first gathering is going to be on Sunday, March 15th, that's 2 weeks from now, 5 to 6 p.m. on Zoom, a serene space to explore, expand, and engage. This is a relaxed and cozy, no pressure group. There's no homework, no deadlines, just discovery at your own pace, with me facilitating, not instructing. And the best part, after we get started, you'll help pick the books for future sessions. Every voice will count in our Bliss ballot. If you'd like to join, please sign up at the table over there or contact me directly for the Zoom link. I'd love to include you. And you can come up if you want to check out the table of contents after service today. I can't wait to share our insights, inspiration, and illuminating conversations with all of you. See you there.
Would our Echo Meal volunteers please stand so we can give you some love for prepping and serving those in need this last Thursday? Thank you so much. Please remember to visit the tables in the back where you will find the book table for essential reading materials, including the book of the month, and the events table where you can get full details on events and sign up to attend. Lastly, please join me by giving a big shout out to all of our volunteers and staff who make this possible.
All right, let's circle up for our benediction and call and response. I'm not sure if it was said, but the book of the month is available for purchase here too. Yeah. Hi. Come on in. Hello. All right, my friends, won't you know with me that you are never alone, that God is where you are right now and always, and all that we ever need do is turn within, and it is here we will find we are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. It's this thing called peace. It is this thing called peace. Peace is in my mind. Peace is in my mind. Peace is in my body. Peace is in my body. Peace is in my pocketbook. Peace is in my pocketbook. Peace is in my relationships. Peace is in my relationships. Peace is everywhere. Peace is everywhere. I think it. I feel it. I express it. I believe it. I accept it. Exactly as it is. And exactly as it is not. Thank you, peace. And so it is.
May I be filled with love and kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. May you be filled with love and kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. May we